Hi. So I wanted to show off something I've been working on called pictoclash. Um, if you are familiar with Artfight, you basically know the concept. You join a team, you draw the other people's characters, you earn points for your side. It's art trading as a game, and it's genuinely fun. I like to play it every year. Now, I love Artfight. I think the core idea is fantastic, but it has had its struggles over the years. There's server issues, features that never quite landed, there's security concerns, community communication has been hit or miss, let's put it lightly. And I kept thinking, what if somebody tried building this from scratch? Open source, which Artfight famously isn't. Anyone can see how it works, anyone can contribute, and anyone can help shape it. And that's what this is. pictoclash, my attempt at that. Right now I've got the basics working and I'll show them to you in a second. You can log in, you can create and edit your characters, you can pick a team, and this is, I guess, the most important part, actually send strikes. You can draw someone's character, submit it, and they receive it. That core loop is there. But I want to be really clear before I go any further. This is early, like very early alpha, probably not even alpha. There's a lot missing still. I'm showing this mostly to see if there is any interest, if people want to follow along as this develops. And if you do want to help, well, thank you. You don't need to code. Honestly, what I need right now is people just willing to poke at it, test things, tell me what break things. I can't pay you for that. I can't really offer anything except that you get to watch this thing grow and have a hand in shaping it. And to be clear, again, I'm not trying to replace Artfight or anything. I genuinely admire what they're doing. They're great people doing great work, but I just want to see if I can build something alongside it that maybe does a few things differently. So yeah, pictoclash. Let me know if you're curious, and I'll show you around now. So this is the front page. This will be what is shown to the user when they're not logged in. So when you go to the website, you see this, the open source art trading game, 2 teams, 7 checkpoints, 1 winner. The concept is a little bit different than Artfight in terms of scoring, because Artfight simply has 2 teams and you score points and the points get tallied, and at the end you get to find out who won. I don't think that is the most fun way to play an art trading game, so I changed it a little bit. Instead of there being just one game, if you will, which, let's be honest, on Artfight is usually decided within the first few days, even though the event runs 30 days long, we introduced checkpoints. So an event is a couple of days long, I'm thinking about 10 days, and then checkpoints are placed along those 10 days in not random, but unknown intervals. The players won't know when those checkpoints occur, they just sort of vaguely know where they are, and they will know when they have occurred. And at those checkpoints, the scores get tallied, a point gets awarded, and then the scores are reset. So if you have 7 checkpoints, which is currently my way of doing it, you have 7 chances to win or lose, and every time a checkpoint passes, the scores get reset, so everyone has equal chances, put it that way. The system also encourages to keep the teams balanced, but of course you can generally pick which team you're into. So let's log in. I've prepared an account. Authentication already works. You just log in with your email, although in the future I would like that to be social logins because I don't want to keep a bunch of people's emails around. So let's log in. I will log in with my account. And there you go. This is the, no, don't save that. This is the page as it currently is. So when you're logged in, you see the current Clash scores, which in this case is 0 versus 0. I've started a test event. It's TypeScript versus JavaScript. Real heads will know. And as is common with that debate, there are no winners here. But just to test, I've made this up. There are 7 checkpoints, and only after a checkpoint is finished, you get to see what the score was. With these, of course, there were no points tallied, so even though it says 50% for the blue team, it says 0-0, because technically the scores were equal, so nobody won. Scroll down and you see your Clash rank. This shows you how many points you've scored, how many strikes you've submitted, and the average score per strike. This is a way to keep players engaged because this will then say C or B or A. You will also see this right here, the Picto store, because as you play pictoclash, you gain pictocash, which is our virtual currency. Don't worry, you won't be able to buy that with real money. It's entirely optional, and you can completely ignore it if you want to. But if you draw other people's characters, you submit strikes, and you get strikes, and you are on the winning team or maybe the losing team, you get awarded pictocash. And that, I hope, you will be able to spend on digital assets made by real human artists. So for instance, a brush pack for Procreate, maybe a wallpaper pack, some stickers you can use in Telegram, that sort of thing. Low effort digital goods that, encourage the players to keep playing. Down here is a set of random characters. Currently I only have 1 character in the database, so you only see that one. And there's a random character and a smart random button. These are not implemented yet, but these are supposed to bring you to a random character or a character from maybe a team you favor with tags you find interesting, but this is not yet implemented because what we have here is really the minimum viable product. Let's go to our profile. Click the header to open the menu. There it is. Of course, you won't see the admin button, but everything else here you will see. You click profile to go to your profile. Now, this is where you add your characters, this is where you manage your strikes, and this is where you manage your profile. If you click edit profile, you get to choose your profile picture, type in your name. You cannot change your username, but you can change your display name. You can add social links to Instagram or DeviantArt or what have you. And you also get to pick your pronouns, leave the clash, or delete your account. You're always on a team as soon as you've entered it. And while you cannot change your team, you can leave the clash and join the clash again. This is intentional because otherwise we would have to move all your points around, and that doesn't really work quite well. So let's look at the creation flow. I've prepared some art that I made a few years ago. And we are going to create an OC of mine that I dearly love. So let's click Create Character, or you can simply click Open Menu and Characters New, right there. And then you type in your character name, in my case, Morgana, and then you click Upload Image, and you upload the image you want. You type in character details, content tags, so in my case, she's from a sci-fi world, so let's do that, and there you go. You also have permission tags where you can set what you would like people to be able to do. These are suggestions, these are not enforced, but it's a way to let people know, hey, please don't gender bend this character, or please don't involve this character in not safe for work things. Once created, a character is ready to be struck, and I have prepared another character, so let's go through that. You open the menu and you click the big strike button. I really like this button. And here you type in the character name and who it belongs to. I have prepared one, so in my case it would be Chase, Hatina. And this then finds the character, assigns it to them, and you can now upload your piece of art. I don't have a piece of art right now, so I will just take a screenshot and upload that. It will do for the time being. Now you pick, hey, what kind of effort did you put in? This is how we score. We score on the honor system. We don't put a price on your art, and we never will. This is completely up to you. So you pick what you did. If there is a content warning, for instance, if you are one of the people who likes to content warning depictions of food, for instance, you can do that here, no judgment. And then once you are done, you click Preview Strike. You get to double check your work. You can look at your image once again, and then you simply click Submit into the clash. Now it has been submitted. The user Hatina will have gotten a notification, which lives right here. and then they can look at the piece of art. This is the basic flow. This is what works right now. There's a bunch of things I'm still working on. There's actually a lot of things I'm still working on, but I hope this is kind of giving you an overview of what we can do right now. And now that I've submitted a strike, 75, my average score is 75, which translates to an A rank. Again, this is very, very much not final. Everything you see here is subject to change and will change. Absolutely, it will. This is just a given. And thank you for watching, and I hope this was interesting to you.